Welcome back to the channel. Let's continue our turtle rescue journey, filled with exciting surprises and inspiring moments. Stay with me until the end of the clip to support these beautiful acts of kindness. I'm truly grateful for all your attention and care. Let's dive into a heartfelt journey to start today's video. Our first story features an elder sea turtle from the pond turtle family, or basca, who is in dire need of professional rescue. Exhausted and heavily burdened, this magnificent creature was found just in time by a dedicated rescue team. A delay of even a few weeks might have cost it its life. Here are 5 fascinating facts about this rare turtle species. They can weigh up to 55 pounds, 25 kilograms. These turtles often live over 50 years in the wild. Habitat range. They are mainly found in Southeast Asia, inhabiting brackish and freshwater areas. Female turtles travel long distances to lay their eggs in sandy riverbanks, a ritual tied closely to seasonal tides. It's amazing to witness such precise teamwork and dedication. But not every rescue is perfect. In the next clip, you'll see a less-than-perfect yet heartfelt attempt to save a turtle. Stay tuned. Here's a heartfelt rescue attempt that may not be perfect, but is undeniably filled with compassion. In this clip, a group of kind-hearted, non-professional rescuers is trying their best to free a sea turtle tangled in fishing nets. The situation is especially tricky as part of the net is caught in the turtle's mouth. With improvised tools and no specialized training, their efforts were valiant, though there was a risk of accidentally injuring the turtle during the process. What do you think of the tools they used? Could they have done anything differently? Did you know? Ghost nets, lost or abandoned fishing nets, pose a significant threat to marine life. They drift silently through the ocean, often settling in habitats where sea turtles live, ensnaring countless animals and disrupting ecosystems. Despite their efforts, the rescuers overlooked one important step: removing the barnacles from the turtle's shell. While it may not seem critical at first, unchecked barnacle growth can severely affect a turtle's health over time. This video highlights the incredible importance of both good intentions and informed actions in marine conservation. Let's share this story to spread awareness and educate others on the small yet significant steps that can make a rescue truly effective. Your voice can inspire others to do better. Take a moment to unwind with this touching short clip of a mother turtle gently preparing food and carefully bringing it to her baby. This simple yet powerful act of care truly warms my heart. What about you? Does it move you as much as it does me? Let us know your thoughts below. Let's jump back into another rescue. This time, the poor sea turtle has barnacles stuck to its belly. Ouch! Not only does it look uncomfortable, but it's a tough spot for the turtle to clean off itself. Luckily, a kind local stepped in to help. As we watch the rescue, let's take a quick look at the turtle's belly. Unlike the shell, which is hard and covered in keratin, the belly is made of softer, more flexible material. It's like a gentle underbelly, supporting the turtle's vital organs and allowing for smooth movement in the water. Now, picture this turtle on a tiny net getting its spa treatment. I bet it was thinking, this is the life. And just like that, the rescue is complete. Our turtle is free to return to the ocean and continue its journey. What a happy ending. Wow, here comes one of the most beautiful turtles you'll ever lay eyes on. Trust me. Its golden yellow shell, with perfectly aligned patterns, radiates vitality and positive energy. Isn't it just captivating? In the next part of the video, you'll witness not one, but 2 rescue missions for sea turtles. I've placed them side by side so you can compare the differences in both the rescue process and the behavior of the people involved. It's a reminder that the fate of these turtles can change drastically depending on who's lending a hand. It's much like how we, as humans, deal with challenges. Sometimes the outcome depends on the support we get and the kindness shown. Regardless of the approach, the most important thing here is that compassion is present, giving these creatures a second chance at life. Imagine a world where turtles are not only used for decoration, but also turned into dishes, symbolizing luxury. These are the stories that truly deserve to be shared, reminding us of the value of empathy. Currently, the number of sea turtles is declining at an alarming rate. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, 6 out of 7 sea turtle species are now considered endangered. This includes species like the loggerhead and leatherback turtles, which are facing significant population drops due to threats such as habitat destruction, climate change, and entanglement in fishing gear. Among them, the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle is the most critically endangered, with fewer than 1,000 individuals remaining in the wild. In this next story, we witness the rescue of a large female sea turtle, suffering from a severe infestation of barnacles on both its belly and shell. As you watch, you'll see how the barnacles are carefully removed, an intense and somewhat unsettling process, given the wounds these creatures cause. It's a tough sight, but it's important to remember that sea turtles are not the only marine animals affected by barnacles. Can you guess which other creatures are also used by these barnacles as their home? Drop your guesses in the comments, and don't forget to stay tuned for the next part of this rescue. You're not seeing things. What you're witnessing is an incredible scene of a whale being rescued from barnacles by some skilled fishermen, and it's showing its gratitude in its own way. Amazing, right? Would you like to see more videos about how other marine animals are rescued from barnacles? We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions on how we can improve our content. And if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming rescues. I bet this sailor was just as surprised as you are when he saw a lobster with barnacles stuck all over its claws. Talk about an unexpected guest at the dinner table, huh? But instead of turning this lobster into a meal, he did the right thing and helped it out. With a little care, he peeled those barnacles off like a pro. And the best part, he didn't stop there. He even gave the lobster a little extra something for dinner. I mean, if you're gonna rescue it, might as well treat it to a snack, right? Who knew a lobster could get such VIP treatment? Imagine that lobster's reaction. Thanks, man. Didn't know I was getting a 5-star dinner after all that drama. And in our final clip today, get ready for another intense rescue mission. This time, we have a sea turtle tangled in a serious fishing net. You can tell this poor turtle struggled for a while, as the net is deeply embedded into its body. It took a few skilled hands, both in the water and on the boat, to carefully cut the net away. Another life saved, and we're so grateful you've been here with us for this meaningful journey. If this story moved you, please share it and show your support for our channel. Your actions can help spread awareness, and together, we can make a bigger impact. See you tomorrow. Welcome, our esteemed and cherished viewers. We are deeply grateful for every act of support you've shown us. Today, by popular request, we're bringing you an exciting showcase packed with extraordinary and surprising rescue moments. From sea turtles to whales and even crabs, this episode promises a journey full of wonder and compassion. Before we dive into the action, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us for this incredible experience. For this episode, we'll also try to keep our commentary to a minimum, allowing you to fully enjoy the footage as it unfolds. Without further ado, let's get started. First up, an unbelievable rescue story. A majestic, giant whale found itself in desperate need of human help, and what it did next will leave you speechless. This enormous creature actually approached people for assistance, clearly distressed by the barnacles clinging to its body. In this segment, you'll witness a truly heartwarming act of compassion as rescuers step up to relieve the whale from its discomfort. Prepare to have your heart warmed by this stunning act of kindness. Did you know there's a hard-shelled creature often mistaken for barnacles? Yes, it's the humble oyster. Many people confuse the two, but here's the fascinating twist. Barnacles and oysters aren't related at all, except for their similar-looking shells. And here's something even more surprising. While barnacles are mostly considered a nuisance, oysters are celebrated as a delicacy in many cultures worldwide. They grace the finest tables and are loved for their taste and texture. In this next segment, we'll dive into a short clip that shows you how to spot the difference between these two fascinating creatures. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to support us. Now, let's dive right into the next segment, a seamless and professional rescue of a sea turtle overwhelmed by barnacles. This time, we'll let the breathtaking visuals speak for themselves, as no words could truly capture the power and beauty of these moments. We're grateful for all of your compassion and support. Let's continue. Next, let's shift the tone a bit and enjoy a heartwarming rescue of a baby deer. A moment so sweet and tender, it might just melt your heart. The scene that follows is sure to leave you in awe as compassion and kindness shine brighter than ever. Let's dive in and witness this incredible act of love and care together. While many people dedicate their hearts and efforts to rescuing animals, there are still some who exploit them for personal gain. Unfortunately, in this case, a small turtle became an unwilling participant, covered in barnacles to stage a dramatic rescue for views. You might notice this is a red-eared slider turtle, a species commonly found in semi-aquatic, freshwater habitats. In reality, it's almost impossible for such turtles to be infested with barnacles, let alone to this extent. This is a fabricated scenario, an act that's both unethical and cruel, and deserves to be strongly condemned. We've created a similar exposé video addressing this troubling issue. You can find it on our channel's homepage. Be sure to check it out and share your thoughts with us. As promised, let's dive into two more fascinating marine animal rescues that are sure to leave you feeling relaxed and uplifted. These moments capture the beauty of humans stepping in to help creatures in need. So sit back, enjoy, and immerse yourself in this carefully curated clip we've prepared for you. Let's switch things up and dive into another heartwarming yet urgent rescue. A little dog found itself in desperate need of help, but was incredibly fortunate to cross paths with a kind soul today. Perhaps this very person might even become its future owner. Let's hope for a wonderful life ahead for both the dog and its rescuer. Watch closely and feel the warmth of this touching moment. Let's return to two heartwarming sea turtle rescues to close today's video on a high note. These moments are filled with compassion and serve as a reminder of the incredible impact of kind-hearted actions. We genuinely hope to receive more constructive feedback from you, our valued viewers, to continue improving our content. We also encourage you to share this video to spread the message of kindness and inspire more people to engage in these meaningful acts. Together, we can make this beautiful world richer in love and ensure that every creature has the chance to live a happier life. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this video. Join us on a thrilling mission to rescue 5 of the largest whales ever recorded, stranded and fighting for their lives. Today, we embark on a thrilling journey to rescue 5 of the largest whales ever recorded, stranded and in desperate need of help. Every moment counts as teams of experts and volunteers race to save these gentle giants from danger. How did these magnificent creatures end up in such dire straits? What challenges await those who risk their lives to return them to the deep blue sea? Stay with us as we uncover their incredible stories and witness humanity's relentless efforts to protect nature's most incredible wonders. 1. Rescue of beluga whales trapped in ice in Russia, 1984. Trapped under 4 meters of ice, 2,000 beluga whales in Russia's 1984 Arctic freeze. Saved by classical music and human ingenuity. In December 1984, a heart-stopping rescue mission unfolded in the frigid waters near Idigran Island in the Bering Sea, off the coast of Chukotka, Russia. Approximately 2,000 beluga whales were trapped under 4 meters of thick ice, their survival hanging by a thread. The relentless Arctic winter had sealed off their escape route to the open sea, leaving them with only small air holes to breathe. This harrowing situation set the stage for one of the most extraordinary wildlife rescues in history. The scene was both desperate and poignant. Beluga whales, known for their melodic calls and gentle nature, emitted heart-wrenching cries as they struggled for air. Their sleek white bodies moved sluggishly under the icy surface, a haunting reminder of their growing exhaustion. The villagers also attempted to feed the whales, tossing fish into the breathing holes, hoping to sustain them long enough for a larger rescue effort to arrive. The Soviet government soon intervened, sending the icebreaker Moskva to the scene. This massive ship, equipped to carve pathways through the thickest ice, became the whale's last hope. But navigating the frozen waters was no easy feat. The icebreaker crew faced extreme weather conditions, with blizzards and sub-zero temperatures testing their resolve. Every hour counted as the whale's energy waned, and the possibility of suffocation loomed. The crew worked tirelessly, their breath visible in the icy air, their determination unwavering despite the immense challenges. One of the most ingenious elements of the rescue was the use of classical music. The Moskva crew played symphonies through underwater speakers, hoping the sound would guide the whales toward the newly created channels. To their amazement, the whales responded. Drawn by the soothing melodies, they began to follow the ship's path. This unconventional method, blending science with creativity, underscored humanity's resourcefulness in the face of adversity. The sight of the whales following the icebreaker was both thrilling and emotional. For days, the crew and villagers had fought against time and nature, unsure if their efforts would succeed. As the whales moved closer to open water, their cries grew less desperate, replaced by a quieter, almost serene cadence. It was as if they sensed freedom was near. When the whales finally reached the open sea, the moment was euphoric. Rescuers cheered, their faces reflecting a mix of exhaustion and triumph. The belugas, too, seemed to celebrate, breaching the icy waters and releasing jets of mist into the cold air. For the villagers, crew, and anyone who followed this incredible mission, it was a testament to the power of compassion and ingenuity. What do you think about the rescue of a beluga whale trapped in ice in Russia? Leave a comment below. And don't leave your screen to continue watching the rescue of a beluga whale lost in the Seine River in a weakened condition. 2. Rescue of beluga whale lost in Seine River, France, 2022. After the daring rescue of thousands of beluga whales in icy Russia, a single whale's lone struggle on France's Seine River captured the world's attention in 2022. In August 2022, a lone beluga whale strayed far from its natural Arctic habitat, finding itself in the winding waters of the Seine River in France. Initially spotted swimming aimlessly near Paris. Over time, its condition worsened. It stopped eating, grew visibly weaker, and floated sluggishly in the murky waters. The challenge of rescuing the beluga was immense. Its position deep within the river, far from the open ocean, posed logistical and environmental hurdles. Experts from across France assembled, forming a rescue team of around 80 individuals, including wildlife specialists, firefighters, and police officers. The rescue effort required meticulous planning. Belugas are sensitive marine mammals, and any misstep could result in extreme stress or even death. The team's first task was to safely capture the whale, an endeavor fraught with tension. Rescuers moved carefully, using nets and boats to guide the beluga into a position where it could be gently lifted. The whale, disoriented and weak, struggled briefly before submitting, its deep, mournful sounds echoing through the night. Once secured, the whale was carefully lifted out of the water using a crane, a moment of nail-biting suspense for the team. Every movement had to be slow and precise to avoid injuring the animal. The beluga's smooth, pale body glistened under the lights, its labored breathing a stark reminder of its fragility. Rescuers monitored the whale's vital signs closely, splashing water over its body to keep it hydrated and cool. The truck moved slowly, flanked by police escorts, as the entire country watched the operation unfold in real time. Despite their best efforts, the whale's weakened state made the mission all the more challenging. Experts provided constant care, administering nutrients and observing its responses. The beluga's soulful eyes, though heavy with exhaustion, seemed to convey a glimmer of hope, a silent acknowledgement of the humans working tirelessly to save it. Upon arrival at the release point, the moment everyone had been waiting for finally came. The team opened the container and began the delicate process of reintroducing the beluga to open water. As it swam out into the sea, there was a collective sigh of relief and triumph. Rescuers exchanged emotional embraces, their faces a mix of tears and smiles. For the whale, the return to its natural habitat seemed to breathe life back into its weary frame. It lingered briefly, as if bidding a silent farewell, before disappearing into the depths of the ocean. The Seine River rescue became a story of compassion, collaboration, and the lengths humanity will go to protect the natural world. What do you think about this rescue? Leave your comments below. And don't leave the screen to watch the most exciting and thrilling part, the rescue of 120 stranded pilot whales in Sri Lanka, 2020, right after this. 3. Rescue of 120 stranded pilot whales in Sri Lanka, 2020. More than 120 pilot whales stranded on Sri Lanka's shores. Witness the incredible hours-long rescue that united a nation in 2020. In November 2020, the serene shores of Ponadura, Sri Lanka, became the epicenter of a dramatic and unprecedented rescue mission. Over 120 short-finned pilot whales had stranded themselves along the coastline, their massive bodies lying helpless on the sand. The sight was both awe-inspiring and heartbreaking. These intelligent and social creatures were clearly in distress, their high-pitched calls echoing across the beach. For the rescuers, it was a call to action that demanded both urgency and collaboration. The situation was dire. Stranded whales often face life-threatening challenges, including dehydration, organ collapse under their own weight, and stress from exposure. In this case, the sheer number of whales made the task even more daunting. Local authorities, including the Sri Lankan Navy and Coast Guard, quickly mobilized, but they soon realized they couldn't do it alone. The call for help spread, and soon, hundreds of volunteers from nearby villages poured onto the beach, ready to lend their hands. As the rescue effort began, the scene was chaotic yet filled with determination. Teams of people worked tirelessly, splashing water onto the whales to keep them cool and hydrated. Some volunteers sang to soothe the distressed animals, their voices mingling with the rhythmic crash of the waves. The whales, weighing up to 2 tons each, had to be carefully maneuvered to prevent injury. Rescuers used ropes, tarps, and sheer human strength to drag them back into the ocean, a process that required immense coordination and grit. The challenge wasn't just physical, it was deeply emotional. Many rescuers described feeling an overwhelming sense of responsibility as they looked into the whales' dark, expressive eyes. These creatures seemed to convey both fear and trust, their faint movements suggesting they were holding on to the hope of survival. For the volunteers, failure was not an option. They battled fatigue, rising tides, and the clock, knowing that every passing minute reduced the chances of success. The community spirit during the operation was nothing short of remarkable. Fishermen who knew the tides like the back of their hands guided the rescue teams, ensuring the whales were released in areas where they wouldn't get stranded again. Women and children brought food and water for the rescuers, while others formed human chains to pass buckets of seawater to keep the whales moist. After hours of relentless effort, the turning point came. As the first group of whales was successfully guided back into the deep blue sea, a wave of relief and renewed energy swept through the rescuers. Slowly but surely, more whales followed, their movements regaining strength as they swam farther into the ocean. Cheers erupted on the beach, a mix of joy and exhaustion as the final whale disappeared beneath the waves. This extraordinary operation is now considered one of the most successful whale rescues in history, a testament to the power of unity and compassion. For the whales, the return to the ocean marked a second chance at life. For the people of Ponadura, it was a moment of pride and a reminder of the deep connection between humans and nature. The memory of that day lingers, a story of courage and collaboration that will inspire generations to come. What do you think of this exciting whale rescue? Comment below to let us know. Don't look away because next up is the thrilling rescue of 4 stranded killer whales in Russia, 2024. 4. Rescue of 4 stranded killer whales in Russia, 2024. 4 stranded orcas in Russia's icy Kamchatka. Witness the gripping, hours-long rescue mission against nature's harshest conditions in 2024. In October 2024, the rugged, icy shores of Kamchatka, Russia, became the site of an extraordinary and tense rescue operation. For orcas, a majestic and powerful species known for their intelligence and social bonds, found themselves stranded in a narrow river mouth. The orca's predicament was not just a geographical anomaly, but a life-or-death struggle. Stranded in freezing waters with no easy route back to the ocean, they faced the real risk of dehydration, stress, and death. The rescue mission was quickly set into motion. Over 30 rescue workers, including marine biologists, coast guards, and volunteers, gathered on the scene. The orcas, helpless on the banks, seemed confused and stressed, their once sleek bodies covered with ice as they struggled to breathe in the shallow water. The cold air, combined with the rising tide, meant that time was running out. The team's first task was to keep the orcas hydrated and protected from the brutal cold. Using small boats, they maneuvered around the trapped orcas, dousing them with water to keep their skin moist and prevent frostbite. As the minutes turned into hours, the workers' hands grew numb from the frigid temperatures, yet their resolve remained unshaken. The orcas' breathing became more labored, and the rescuers could see the strain in their eyes, a mix of exhaustion and desperation. The air was thick with tension as the team worked tirelessly, their movements coordinated but desperate. They knew that any mistake could prove fatal. The orcas' pain was palpable. Despite the best efforts of the rescue team, each movement made by the stranded whales was an effort of pure willpower, their bodies rocking and heaving as they tried to stay afloat. Some whales struggled more than others, their massive forms barely able to lift from the shallow riverbed. The fear in their eyes was unmistakable, and the rescuers could not help but wonder if the animals understood what was happening. They tried to remain calm and gentle, speaking soothingly to the orcas, even though their own hearts were racing. Hours passed, but the team refused to give up. Finally, after painstaking hours of hard work, the orcas began to respond. With the help of the boats, the rescuers carefully steered the orcas toward deeper waters, closer to the ocean. As each orca was gently ushered into the open sea, a collective breath of relief was taken. For the rescuers, the sense of triumph was overwhelming. They had worked against time and nature's unforgiving elements, yet they had succeeded. The rescue operation in Kamchatka will go down in history as an incredible testament to human determination and compassion. And don't leave the screen to watch the most exciting part of today's video, which is rescuing a stranded humpback whale in Nha Trang, Vietnam, 2024. 5. Rescuing a stranded humpback whale in Nha Trang, Vietnam, 2024. A 15-ton humpback whale stranded in Vietnam. Witness the 7-hour rescue mission that united the community in 2024 is full of excitement and suspense. In May 2024, the serene coastal waters of Dien Thanh, a small village in Nha Trang, Vietnam, became the stage for a dramatic and emotional rescue mission. A 15-ton humpback whale, stranded on the shore of Dien Chau, had become a helpless giant in the face of the relentless forces of nature. The massive whale, which had ventured too close to the shore, found itself trapped in the shallow waters, unable to return to the deep ocean. Its enormous size made movement nearly impossible, and the animal's fate seemed uncertain as it struggled to breathe. The local community, however, was not about to let this majestic creature suffer. News spread quickly, and soon hundreds of local residents, marine experts, and authorities had gathered on the beach. With a clear sense of urgency, the group began organizing a plan of action. For many, this was the first time they had been part of something so extraordinary. The sight of the massive creature, struggling and in distress, left an indelible mark on everyone present. The first challenge the rescue team faced was the whale's size. At over 15 tons, it was an incredibly difficult animal to move. The beach was swarming with people, all working together to try and free the whale. The community was united in their efforts. Fishermen, villagers, local authorities, and marine experts all pitched in, setting aside their differences to work for one cause: the survival of the whale. The rescuers' nerves were frayed as they approached the whale, which was in evident pain. Its large, round eyes seemed to convey confusion and distress. It was clear that the whale was suffering, its body covered in sand and seaweed, and its breathing slow and labored. The pressure was mounting for the rescuers. Every minute felt like a race against time as the whale's strength slowly drained. The rising tide threatened to further trap the animal, and without help, it would surely perish. Despite the odds, the rescuers began working tirelessly for hours. They used ropes, wooden boards, and even bulldozers to try and shift the whale back into deeper waters. The team had to be extremely cautious, as the whale's immense size and powerful tail could easily harm someone. Every movement was calculated. While the whale appeared to be in agony, the team remained focused on their goal. The local community's resolve never wavered. The villagers, many of whom had never been involved in such a large-scale rescue, worked relentlessly alongside authorities and marine experts. It was a true display of human compassion and teamwork. As the hours passed, sweat and exhaustion weighed heavily on the rescuers, but they refused to give up. Finally, after 7 intense hours of pushing, lifting, and coaxing the whale back into the sea, the moment everyone had been waiting for arrived. The whale, now free, began to swim slowly back into the ocean. The sight was nothing short of magical. As it disappeared into the horizon, A sense of overwhelming relief washed over the community. The whale, once on the brink of death, was now safe. These stories not only showcase the bravery and creativity involved in rescuing these magnificent marine creatures, but also highlight the crucial need to protect our environment and ocean life. Each rescue mission is a reminder of our responsibility to preserve the delicate balance of nature, ensuring that future generations can continue to witness the beauty and grandeur of these incredible animals.